resistance or bust, like fuck off kind of thing. So like it's not even just like about resistances, there's other kind of like stuff to it, but that's the easiest one to like quickly identify and stuff. But yeah, it's not gonna make sense to other people a lot of the time, and that's fine because it doesn't have to. Just has to be what I fucking did as a kid, and I understand what I did as a kid. I remember, like, as I said, I wrote up the playthrough for Kelly, my my Amazon character. Her whole playthrough is on my she is on my description in my YouTube videos. I also have her on, I think the link's on Blue Sky and in Discord and shit as well. So if you guys want to have a look at what that playthrough is, it's like, I think 14, 16 pages long or something like that. It's super specific. And I don't expect anybody to ever actually do it because it's very specific. Like, the other thing too is a lot of people tend to try to resolve a situation. Like, for instance, when I died trying to get into the Viper Temple and stuff like that, or alternatively, same kind of situation with the, what do you call it, when I was up against the council. Is this the inside? This kind of looks like it might be inside. Hey, it does nothing. When I was up against, yeah, this is fucking hell, I've got to stop pathing to places. First go. For fuck's sake. Anywho, yeah, when I was up against the council in Travancore, I died like 8 times and I had to get my body back, and everybody's like, oh, just get a star for teleportation. I'm like, I didn't do that when I was a kid. I didn't fucking know those existed, and as the Arch Amazon, I never used it and stuff. So like, it's not something I can use. But most people like be like, this solution exists, or I had a lot of people trying to give me advice on like rune words and stuff. I'm like, I didn't use rune words when I was playing that character, and so I can't use them and stuff. But yes, it would make it like substantially stronger, and I'd be able to like deal with these things a lot easier and stuff. But I can't just cheat and do it. Like the Viper Temple, I think we spent 2 hours or something every 4 minutes loading in and trying to get past the Vipers to get my corpse back. Oh yeah, I have to pick up my corpses too. So even if a corpse has nothing on it, I still have to pick it up. And I have to risk going back and trying to get it and stuff. So there is that. That's one I kind of always forget, you know. Now the thing was with Kelly, I couldn't change my type of like what kind of like attacks and stuff I was doing. So if I was up against a fire immune, I still had to use fire. And with Tabby Cat, depending on which one is her strongest attack, if her fire is her strongest attack, I'll probably be up against fire immunes with like a fire attack. But she can use both like fire and cold, so she's not as restricted. And she can use like, you know, melee stuff, whereas like Kelly couldn't take a fucking hit. So yeah, she might be able to and stuff. I also have a specific combination of stats that I need to achieve for Tabby Cat, because well, Kelly got hacked and like hacked back and stuff, and she was never quite the same again. Tabby Cat never got hacked, so I actually have her legitimate stats still on like the original character and stuff, so I'm not too worried about that, you know. Also, the good thing is we found the waypoint for here, so I don't think I'm going to get all the way inside up to the smith and stuff, but if I get like partway through and I run out of time, that's another thing too, is my playthroughs have like a time cap as well. If I get in here and I don't like defeat whoever I'm supposed to defeat and clear everything and stuff and pick up all the loot and all that stuff in time, then I have to start back from the waypoint. The most recent waypoint, or depending on if like I'm starting a new act, I have to start back from the nearest town, which is like, let's say I get up to Act 2, I'd walk outside from like Act 2, that kind of thing, you know. So there's also that sort of stuff too. I also can't grind, I can't go back and just grind an entire level. It's not something I could do. The closest thing I can do to that, and I don't know if I've got enough of the map at the moment to be able to show it, is we had to start in the Stony Fields tonight. She should be able to hold that off for a second. Where the fuck is the Stony Fields? Stony Fields is like one back from there. Now, any type of passageway or down dungeon type thing that exists, if I've cleared it once, which I do have to clear everything, right? I have to get all the map and shit. So if I've already done a dungeon or a passageway, I don't necessarily have to redo that. That is optional. Okay, but I do have to re-clear all of an area if I'm coming in from a waypoint. And same if this was like the rogue encampment, if I was walking out of the rogue encampment there, I would have to re-clear all of this to keep going forwards. So if I don't like progress and find a waypoint, I have to start back from the last nearest waypoint or town. So that does make it a bit difficult. But with Kelly, I didn't do the extra, like the optional areas. I didn't re-clear them. And I fucking regretted it so badly. So Tabby Cat, I am doing it, but that's the closest I can do to like getting extra XP essentially, is like if I don't fully clear through an area. Oh, jeez, you lot. If I don't fully clear through an area or I don't find a waypoint for it, I do have to re-clear it when I start the following like week for progression rules. Pit Skin the Tainted, it's mana burn. Yeah, I'm not going to have a lot of mana with you, obviously, but I'll freeze the shit out of you while I can. Because that way, the rest of them might die a little bit. There we go. Well, the rest of them died, that's fine. So, yeah, there is heaps of restrictions on the playthrough and stuff, but I maybe can't fit that. I don't think I can fit an entire bow in here plus that. I'll grab the gold. I'll go back to town and stuff. But yeah, it's quite fun. I enjoy it. I understand that not everybody else does, but it's me that's playing it. If you don't enjoy it, that's okay. You don't have to watch, you know.
Yes.
I also love Cain. He's so great. There's a crazy set of rules to run with. This sounds quite difficult. Yes, it is. If you are ever lurking around in one of my Diablo streams and you'll see like one of my regulars like pop in and stuff, if like it's even remotely mentioned the playthrough rules and stuff, they'll probably mention how insane the run with like Kelly was, because we got down to the point where I had no money left to purchase health and town portals and mana and stuff like that. I had none of that left. My gear was severely underpowered. I had no like stash built up because obviously I had to have like the maximum gold in the stash and the maximum inventory gold as well. And I had to have both of those things at the same time to be able to go gamble for gear. I could not get a decent bow, right? So I was working with kind of a crummy bow and underpowered gear. She was like an 84 going up against Hell's Baal and stuff. I had no additional money to buy additional health or town portals. Like my last run at Baal was my last run at Baal, or I had to essentially like basically quit out of the game, and then I'd have to start back from, what is it, I don't think it shows me on here. I think it's the Glacial Pass. Yeah, whatever it is. And then re-clear all that plus Anya's like ice cavern thing, and then go up against the ancients, which are already done, and then go through all the Worldstone Keep again, and however many times that would take until I'd eventually kill Baal. So yeah, it was hard to say the least, which is why I took the time to type it up, and that's why it's such a huge playthrough document and stuff, and that's also why I don't expect anybody to actually do it. Because, like, yeah, being serious with that, I don't expect anybody to ever actually do it. If somebody does it, they would probably need to, like, record the whole thing anyway, because I don't think I'd fully believe that somebody wouldn't fuck up or cheese it at some point. Yeah. I also have in that playthrough exactly where to put your stats, exactly where to put your skill points in every level and stuff. Everything. It is an OCD nostalgia playthrough with reason. Like, I called it that because that's exactly what it was. But this is just recreation and stuff. So I didn't have as bad OCD when I made Tabby Cat. Like, I still had OCD, but I was able to like starve it off for a little bit for some of her stats. Doesn't mean I made her good, but I still made her, you know? And she was still fun to play. And so, yeah. I might go down into this room first. I also have a really unfortunate thing of pathing my way to like bosses and dungeons and shit first, because I've just played a lot of Diablo over the years, and it's kind of like they don't change it that much, you know? I might have space. I also during that playthrough, I had my graphics card was dying as well. So I can't carry that with me. That's okay. I'll come back for it. So my graphics card was dying at the time when I was playing it. And so when I was going through like the River of Fire and all that sort of stuff, I kept having my game crash. And every time my game crashed, everything respawned, which meant I had to fully re-clear everything every time and like go from like the last waypoint and stuff. And that was also super difficult as well, because I went through like one area for like 3 weeks at like, I don't fucking know, like 12 hours or some shit like that I spent in like one area because we just could not get my game to stop crashing and let me progress. And then when I went through Hell, I went through most of Hell as level 81, and I only started getting levels near the end, when I started getting into like the Worldstone Keep and shit. So yeah, that was one of those ones where I was starting to question if I was going to get sufficient levels to go up against like Baal and shit. And honestly, I really wasn't strong enough to fight him, but it was like an intense fucking night when I finally fucking beat him. And yeah, there was like anybody that was watching it and stuff, like it was like a visual feeling that you could feel in like the fucking atmosphere around you and stuff when I like finally defeated him. Haze tongue, undead, multiple shots. It's fine. I don't have enough health for you, mate. If I can help get a couple of you guys in the background dead. Well, there goes level. But yeah, at this point, I'm still kind of like following what I've written down for her for like leveling and shit, because it's just, I remember it, but while I'm talking and shit, it doesn't come necessarily natural because I can get distracted pretty easily. So I also wanted to have a look at this for like the evenness of this stuff, because I don't feel like we missed one. What? We've got 39, 38, 39, and 34. And I'll have a look at my stat tree actually. Hold on, I can do that right now. And what am I supposed to be at? I love how Bliss is just walking around in the background. We do this till 23. So that's fine. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, she's 15 at the moment, level 15. So we got Fire Skill before. I would like to put a second Firebolt on that soon, but we got these two unlocked at the moment. So we get Nova, which I want to have a quick look at, as is traditional. I want to see that up against an enemy. So let's go see. Because a lot of the electricity ones I got, and then I proceeded to never use because I wasn't interested in using electricity. Alright, let's bring back down here. And what were you? You were like just Firebolt. I gotta get a Firebolt a bit stronger, or we're gonna end up on like, was it the Firewall? And then she'd be right. So, hi. I didn't realize I did that, but apparently Implicit's got fucking poison on her, which is fair. Hold on, Blade Claw the unclean extra fast. Alright. Hi, mate. Hey, Shelly. How the fuck you been, man? Light belt. Yeah, what are you up to? I assume you've been streaming and lurking and doing all the things that probably require the rest. The sleeps? What color? Oh, man. She is starting to need the mana at this point. This is okay. Hold on, that sounds like chainmail. I probably don't have enough space for any of this shit. I do, but just poor packing skills in here. Alright, give me that. I don't think I can pick up anything else at this time except for perhaps gold. Yeah, what are you up to, Shelly? Yeah, I don't think anybody else is in here, but a lot of the time the doors in these places are like fucking open. So I gotta go back. And yeah. Alright. Death Cain. How are we going?
Yes?
Cain's always so chill. You just like walk up to him and he's always like, depending on like when you approach him and stuff, he always has like something slightly different to say. What is this? Dexterity and fire resistance. I want to keep that, but we don't really have like spare space, so we'll see how I can go with space. I do have these two to sell, which will give me 2 more slots. I'm playing Icarus. Oh yeah. I think my partner's played that. I looked at playing it very briefly, but wasn't that interested once I actually saw my partner start playing it, which is a bit of a shame because I was like, I kind of felt like that was one that was going to be like interesting. But yeah. How you finding it? I don't have space for that yet, but I will make some because I gotta move some shit the fuck over. So we'll move all that downwards. I don't really want this to like take the line above it, but well, I only really need a slot for 2. I'm trying to keep some charms because eventually when I go up against the boss, I will also require to have charms on me if I can't beat the boss. So yeah, that's a thing too. I also need a 10 portal as well. Recently I heard. Oh yeah. I don't know if I've seen it recently. I think my partner's just like casually played it and stuff. So I haven't been paying too much attention. He's been playing some other shit. Think back in what? You are? You're actively playing it. I've never played it. I looked at it. I looked at it briefly and was like, I don't have money for this. And then my partner got it. I don't know why the fuck he got it, but he's like, I'll get it, I'll play it. And I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose of me getting it and playing it and stuff. And yeah, no. I didn't end up getting it because we couldn't afford 2 copies. And once I saw him actually playing it, I didn't sort of like the premise and shit. So yeah, I just didn't get it. But yeah, I've pretty much got most of my games this year sorted out. I'm doing a lot of puzzle platformers this year. I did a whole thing in February? January. I think it was January. Hold on, I can't remember months, hey? But yeah, I did a whole thing where I did like a bunch of puzzle platformers and animal type games. Oh, we got Steel Sludge. He's undead and he does teleportation. Yeah, I did a whole bunch of like animal, nature, puzzle platformer type games at the start of the year, and that was pretty fun. They'll be in amongst all like my random game nights and stuff this year because I knew that this was coming back in February, and once it was part of like my regular schedule and stuff like that, then yeah, you know, it would just be here for like the next year or so. And I'm still playing RimWorld and Project Zomboid, so yeah. I don't recall. I think they're on like this floor. I don't think it's like a level system in here. I'm pretty sure it's just, unless it's like fucking, I know jail's in here. I am in need of mana, yes. Project Zomboid's pretty good. I made a weak girl and I was fully like overloaded with gear, and I was kind of like staying in this place downtown. And I thought, you know, I saw a zombie come in. Oh, fuck. Is this the room? It is the room. Fuck. Fuck nuts. I might need to go back. Where is the dude? Hold on a ticket. Let me go back. I need mana. Yeah, anyway. I saw a zombie walk in. And, like, I was like, oh, there's a zombie inside the house. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to do anything about that just at this time. Like, maybe he won't even come upstairs. And anyway, I opened up the door and he was outside of the door. Never made any fucking sound. The zombie never made any sound either, so I had no idea he was there. It gave me a huge ass jump scare. It scared the crap out of me. I spun around, didn't die. I managed to spin back around and kill him. And then I was like, no, fuck that. If there's one all the way up here, there's possibly like more downstairs. So I decided to like walk out on the veranda and jump down, except that as soon as I landed, my person crumpled and died instantly. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking shitting me. And she was doing good. She was at nearly like a month of life. So I was a bit disappointed with that. That was like a couple of weeks ago. I was quite sad by that. 2 to 6, 1 to 4, adds lightning damage, mana, dexterity. Now that ain't gonna be useful for her. This is ignoring the necromancer shit. It's 5 life stolen per hit plus 50% damage. It's 2 to 8. What am I doing? 9 to 14 versus 1 to 5. This is still stronger than that, but I want a stick for this one instead of a wand. I'd like to replace this primarily with the wand, but I don't like that I have a sword. I'm not going to probably find a good wand unless I go gamble for one. Would be pissed. Yeah, the thing was, like, I got to a point where she had some good skills and stuff, like, not great skills, but she was weak. I killed like 600 zombies or so, and I was like pretty eager to like get her some skills and do like a whole training montage about you know, like getting her strength up and stuff. I was like so keen to do it, and I'm like, we could do this. Like, I could get her from weak to, I don't even know what. I don't think it's puny. I think it's just like normal. And here we go. There you are. Hi, mate. You're extra strong demon. Smith. Yeah. I don't have enough mana for you, mate.
Not enough mana.
I don't have enough mana, but I need you not to hit us. Specifically, either of us. I might get you dead in a second. There we go. Okay, that was substantially easier with Tabby Cat than Kelly. Jesus. Hey, give me that malice. Give me. I got space for
I hope
this one.
the sisters appreciate this thing.
Yeah, hopefully they do. Alright, let's go back. But yeah, anyway, I was ready to do the whole montage thing, but then I realized that, like, I needed to get a, I needed a stove, a wood stove, because I couldn't, like, cook shit once it starts getting colder and I don't have one, and the power went off, and I'm like, well, shit. You know, so I went into town. If I hadn't gone into town, if we had just done the training montage, we probably would have got stronger. I wouldn't have had that particular incident, and she'd still be alive. But anyway.
Hello.
Do you have something to say, Cain? No? I guess let's go up to Chelsea. She'll have something to say. Hey, Chelsea.
Oh, thanks so much for returning the Horadric Malice. I will now imbue one of your items with magical powers.
I don't know if I have something that's imbuable at this point. That? No. I'm pretty sure there's a specific thing to it. No backseating on this shit. I'll figure it out. I'll put something weird in the place. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to have, like, magic. There's no magic, no socketed, no rare, unique set items, no jewelry. I don't think I have anything that's not magic. That's not magic. That's technically not magic. And it's not socketed. Hang on a second. It's gonna waste it anyway. There's always another one. Oh, it's on a permanent save one, so it's not like it's, you know, not still ongoing. It's just I have to start a new life, new character and stuff. Alright, so we just upgraded this thing. Still got the same kind of hand damage, which is not great, but it's now very fast attack speed. 10% increased attack speed, plus 80 poison damage over 4 seconds. Holy shit. 1 to lightning, sorceress only. 2 to nova, sorceress only. 1 to fireball, sorceress only. 4 to mana after each kill. And level 1 ice blast. 33 charges plus damage to undead. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was worth it. That was nice. At least we got one that I could use. I don't usually have something. I would have sold that beforehand, but I didn't have to buy something stupid for it.
Good day.
Hey, Chelsea, can I sell this shit though? Thank you. And maybe repair my crap. So yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, no, the Project Zomboid game that I'm doing is just like, it's a continuous map. So like if I die and stuff, I have a new person. I fully randomize her traits and like job and all that sort of stuff. But
It is certain that we face the Demon Queen, Andariel, who has corrupted the rogue sisterhood and defiled their ancestral monastery. This does not bode well for us, my friend. Ancient Horadric texts record that Andariel and the other lesser evils once overthrew the 3 prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal, banishing them from hell to our world. Here they caused mankind untold anguish and suffering before they were finally bound within the Soul Stones. Andariel's presence here could mean that the forces of hell are once again aligned behind Diablo and his brothers. If this is true, then I fear for us all. You must kill her before the monastery becomes a permanent outpost of hell. and the way east lost forever.
Oh yeah? Get you identify my items. Automatic traits is crazy. I mean, it's not that bad. I gotta find Andariel, that's fine. I think Kara might have something to say. No?
Good day.
She's got nothing to say. Cool. Yeah, randomizing the traits isn't that bad. Like, I get to experience all kinds of different playthroughs and stuff. And yeah, if she dies kind of thing. So, I get to just try a different combination of traits, and I don't get a choice of like skill and stuff. And that allows me to sort of see the different characters. Like, there's a few that I kind of like I don't mind Sunday Driver so far. I don't mind like the High Thirst. I don't mind Nearsighted or Short-Sighted. There was a couple of other ones I had recently. I don't mind like Hard of Hearing and something else in there as well. The Blood Screamish one was kind of interesting. That was one I had really recently, and she was surprising, you know. I don't know what that is. Hold on. What are you saying? You're gonna have to keep it in English, unfortunately, for moderators and myself. Otherwise, we have no idea what you're saying. Tell you what, Google sometimes. And the fuck else are you saying? Hold on. Yeah. Hi. What are you up to? Yeah, don't tell people to install shit. You know? Let's see. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you're on about. I don't give a fuck what you're on, actually. Hold on. I don't know where my thing just went, but, not today. Not today, Satan. Anywho, I'm basically at time. So the thing is, we haven't fully cleared the barracks, right? So I will have to come back through here. I'll have to come through the waypoint over here. I'll have to re-clear all of this and re-clear all the way through the barracks, all the way through, because we will have to find the jail as well in here as well. Right, and then obviously if he's still here, I'll have to fight him again. If he's not, don't you dare fucking try to save out here. I don't mind wasting a thing just to explain that. But yeah, that will be... I don't know if I've got a Diablo next week, just as a heads up too, because as far as I know, I think I've got Wednesday to Wednesday off next week. So I might not have a Diablo stream next week, but I should the following week, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I knew I was starting this in February, but I wasn't 100% sure that I was going to be, like, where my days off and stuff, like, interrupt and stuff. But for anybody that was new in, that doesn't know what's going on, this is my original character, Tabby Cat. I'm recreating her. We're up to level 15 now. So I'm remaking her in all her amazing glory. Just like with Kelly, I remade her, and we did a playthrough of her recently. We did a playthrough of her last year.